Hi and welcome. Welcome back. If you've been here before, this is going to be a self-care Sunday reading. But if you find it on any other day, you might need some self-care guidance. I am using the Neo Tarot, which is a self-care, self-love deck. So we're going to pull some cards to get some messages, some energies, some tips, advice for what do we need for self-care. It's always a good idea to get yourself ready for the week ahead. So spirit guides, angels, beings of the highest light and resonance, please give us clear guided messages. What does our hearts, our minds, our soul, and our bodies need at this time? Okay, what does our heart need? And that card kept flashing at me while I was shuffling. Mind, heart, mind. Let's do body and then soul. That's interesting. So what does our soul need? Okay, heart, we have the world. Mind, we have the strength card. Body, we have the page of swords in reverse. And soul, we have the temperance at the bottom of the deck. We have the 5 of swords. Let's see if I can get all of these into the shot. So the 5 of swords at the bottom of the deck. This can be a card of conflict. And tarot works in such a way that it can cover a broad range of scenarios. So this can be conflict with someone else. It could be conflict with yourself, internal mental conflict, conflict in your environment with other people. So there's this underlying energy of conflict. But you'll see in this card, she or he has all 5 of the swords and this person's walking away, right? So it's sort of the energy of defeating the conflict and not necessarily the person, overcoming the conflict. This person could have taken this sword, one of the swords, and hurt this person, but instead they've just taken away the swords. So there might be something about using communication in a way as to diffuse a situation or correct a situation, resolve it without hurting the person. And again, this can be yourself. So it can be like positive affirmations, speaking good to and about yourself. And this can be about someone else as well. The moon is significant here. It could be the sun. This deck is weird. The sky is black there, so I'm gathering that this is like a nighttime energy or an energy of what isn't seen, something that isn't seen. There might be, often our bodies carry a lot of energy, emotion, and I'm getting that we need to pay attention to the tension stored in your body from conflicting situations, whether you have to sit in traffic every day and every day you get really upset by the traffic and it's like an hour-long drive, and you carry this within your body, within your mind, that tense situation results in that energy staying with you, whether you realize it or not. And you might just need to pay attention to when situations like that cause you tension, pain, conflicting thoughts, negative emotions, and find a way to, should I leave earlier for work or later? Should I get a lift club instead? Should I work from home instead? Find a positive solution. And I'm getting that it could be a lot of things that we have day to day in our lives that we may not realize is causing tension and conflict. And it can be in any, I might actually clarify that. Let's see. Let's clarify this energy for the Five of Swords. For anyone that might be watching, is there a specific scenario for this Five of Swords, please? Two of Cups. So this might not be for everyone, but for someone, there is a relationship that could be causing tension, conflict. And again, it can be a relationship with yourself, where you're just tense all the time and you need to remind yourself to breathe throughout the day. Really consciously, intentionally breathe, or carve out moments in your day where you get up from your desk and go outside and really appreciate and enjoy the sunshine or the breeze. Whatever it is, it can be your relationship with yourself, but it could also be a relationship with someone else. Let's get one more card. Those are too many. May the Five of Swords wanted to be seen again. Clarify the Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. How much you are giving of yourself and how much are you receiving? So how much time are you putting in at work, and are you getting paid enough for the amount of energy and effort you're putting in? Even with your family, are you spending a lot of your energy doing chores and the things that you don't really enjoy, as opposed to enjoying the people in your house or your family, the people around you, and just laughing and doing fun things? Are you spending so much money on the must-haves like utilities, utilities, and having things maintained and fixed, and you're not getting to enjoy enough of your money on relaxation and fun and entertainment? There's some sort of balance that needs to be found with some sort of relationship. Your relationship with your employer, with your parent, with your child, with your partner, with your friend. And really appreciating and giving back to those relationships that bring you ease and joy and comfort and just make you happy, and it's supportive and reciprocal. And notice the situations that are not. Okay, let us get the World card for what do our hearts need at the moment. There's this energy of sharing what's in our hearts with the world in some way. That's what I'm getting, first of all. Social media makes that a little bit easier nowadays. But in whatever way that is, there's something about being naked in your authenticity and your vulnerability, but still having safe boundaries, but expressing yourself and showing the world who you are. Your heart wants to be heard. The emotions you have wants to be expressed. Whether you are Um, we are all creative, and I can see it more and more every day online. Like everyday people in every kind of context that are sharing videos, sharing information, sharing wisdom, just sharing stuff to laugh about. The world needs more of that, and it's not that just that the world needs more of you, your authentic self. You need that too. You need to share the expression of who you are, what you've experienced, and what you feel. For mind, we have strength, and this is about taming the ego. It's about the beast, or if we have a perception of someone or something being a monster or dangerous, it's only a monster or dangerous in situations when it has to be, when it's forced to be, when it's cornered. But when shown love and understanding and kindness, often the beast or the monster can become a friend. And the safe, the most important place that it needs to be safe is within our bodies, within our minds. If your mind is constantly thinking about negative things, thinking about all the things that have gone wrong, thinking about how you're not good enough, if there is so much internal mental conflict, your mind is not a safe place to be. Your heart is not going to feel comfortable to express itself. Your body is not going to function optimally and be happy, and you can't be productive. So we really need to find the strength and the courage to overcome the negativity within us and replace that with more love. And even externally, find ourselves in spaces with people and in places where you can have healthy, productive, uplifting, inspiring conversations instead of those that are always focused on the past, focused on the negative. We can never hide from what is, but there's different perspectives of how to look at what is in a very truthful way. And then for body, we have Page of Swords. It's in reverse, which is interesting because all the cards were upright in the deck, and this one wasn't. I'm going to check the book for what it says for this card in reverse. If every great mind let other people's perceptions of them get in the way, there would be no great minds. Don't worry too much about what other people think. Whether you feel peacefully aligned or anxious as hell, focus on your own evolution and don't concern yourself with gossip. It sounds easy, but rising above other thoughts when you're worried about them is the ultimate self-control. From that place, great ideas will flow. And then the affirmation here is, I'm a proud perpetual student and I expand my mind more every day. This takes so much practice to be able to, when faced with something really painful and really difficult, even if you have to acknowledge that, for instance, your car got stolen, and anyone would feel upset about that in whichever way, but you can tell yourself honestly things like, there are always new opportunities, and this may be an opportunity for a new car. This might be the universe's way of protecting me from something that I can't see. This is possibly an opportunity for me to focus on something else. There are so many affirmations. You can find ones that feel truthful to your body, your heart, your mind, your soul when faced with something negative. And then you can obviously find people that inspire us when we can't inspire ourselves. For soul, we have temperance, and this is about finding balance, balanced emotions, about shifting energy from an enlightened, conscious perspective, being connected to our emotions but still being grounded. Not being overly emotional or overly cognitive in our heads, but having a balance between all of them. Okay, I want to pull one more card to get a message from the book or anything specific we can do today for self-care. And then I want to get some oracle cards for advice for the week. That's too many, just one please. There we go. The Queen of Wands. Okay, let's see. The Queen of Wands self-care message is: the Queen is the most amorous of the court. This Queen, the Queen of Wands, is the most amorous of the court cards. Allow yourself to experience the sensual side of the spiritual connection between the divine and yourself by exploring your sexuality solo. Oh wow, what an interesting message. Make a thoughtful ritual out of self-pleasure. And there's another word that's used here, but I will use self-pleasure. Seduce yourself and let it be an expression of your power and complete agency in your own life out in the world. So this is tapping into passion and confidence, being bold by using sexuality and your own sensuality. And I feel like, especially as women, there are so many subconscious thoughts, beliefs, and emotions about our bodies, about sensuality and sexuality, and a really healthy way to not just connect deeper with yourself. And as we all know, intimacy is not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. And if we can cultivate that experience and that intimacy with ourselves and the divine, if we are in a love relationship, it will enhance that as well, because as within, so without. It's everything begins with ourselves first. So that is the self-care tip for today. I don't want to go into that too much because this is YouTube, and yeah, we need to be careful with how we bring these messages across. The taboos, the things that we were taught were not good, not right. We need to reevaluate how we feel about those things and how we feel about ourselves, what is natural for us, what is right for us. It's important to know what brings you pleasure and be able to give yourself that, because we are not always in a situation where we can get that externally. And it is completely natural and healthy to want rest, to want comfort, to want luxury, to want pleasure, to want excitement, to want fulfillment. What is distorted or not aligned is demanding it externally from other sources when we don't know how to actually give that to ourselves. And there obviously needs to be a balance between the internal and the external, but it always starts internally and with ourselves first. So that's a self-care tip for today. Let's get oracle card messages for the week ahead, please. One, please. Joy is fun. Set the intention that whatever you do, whether it's work, family, challenges, that you will find the fun in everything, that you will let your inner child feel safe to express themselves, to laugh, to sing, to dance, to be free. And then we have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. Eclipse energy is like expediting the inevitable. And I feel like there's a very optimistic air around the week ahead. Anything that might have needed to complete or needed to resolve is within reach, and we can expect that to happen in the next coming week. Do we have a full moon coming up this week? I haven't checked. We might. But this week is going to be fun. We have a number 7 card here, and this is a highly spiritual number for me, and it's also a lucky number. And visualize that every moment will bring opportunities and moments of fun and happiness and family and connection, and ask the universe to surprise you with serendipitous moments like this, and trust and know that you can do what you need to do, get to what you need to get to, be and who and what you need to be, and still have fun doing it. Sometimes it's easier to get to this energy, and sometimes it's more difficult. But if we, mindfully just try to incorporate all the aspects of self-care. If we take care of ourselves first, then the other things must fall into place. Whether it happens as we think it should or in the time that we think it will or not, eventually it will. So I hope this message was helpful in some way, and that you have a beautiful Sunday and an amazing week ahead. And please join me again in another video.